Let me invite over my next guest, who is Primrose Njeri. Primrose as well worked abroad, and it wasn't quite the bed of roses that she hoped it would be. Please help me welcome Primrose. Primrose, welcome to Real Talk.
Thank you very much.
So I'm sure that in this room full of young people, there are those who are definitely listening very keenly, as well as our viewers at home.
Yes.
Because working abroad, a lot of people think that it's flamboyant.
Yes.
Unaelewa, mtu akiwa pale Dubai, sasa kama wewe unapiga picha ukiwa pale kwenye mall, kuna Lamborghini imepakiwa pale nje, unapiga picha mbele ya Lamborghini, unaweka kwa Instagram. That's what they believe working abroad is. Yes. However, there is a dark side to it. And you are a victim. So probably tell us, how did you end up working abroad to start with?
Well, like you called me, I'm Primrose Ket, and mine is a little bit different. I used to work in Nairobi as a receptionist, and for health reasons, I had to quit my job. Then an old girl of mine told me, are you still at home or you got somewhere to work? And I said, no, I'm still home. She told me, I heard people are going to Dubai. Would you be interested? Something I never thought about. I never thought of working abroad. And I told her yes. And she told me, all right, why don't you come to town tomorrow? Because I used to live in Nairobi. Why don't you come to town tomorrow and you drop your CV? Which is exactly what I did. And I was ready. Everyone in my family was happy that I'm going for my job. And when I got to the plane, I found like, oh, I've seen some faces over the interview. And I saw two more girls and a couple of guys. So when we got to Dubai, took us about 5 hours before we were picked from the airport. And I forgot something. When I was given my visa in Nairobi, I noticed Mrs. And I asked the agent, I'm not Mrs., I'm Miss. And the agent told me it's a typing error. I said, okay. I went down there and I saw security guard. I asked the same agent, you've written security guard, but we're going for customer service jobs. And they said it's a typing error. Since Mrs. Well. Yes. So Mrs. was an error.
Security guard was an error.
Was an error as well. What do I have to do? So when we got to Dubai, we were eventually picked up from the airport, put in a bus that read security group. Okay. We got to the accommodations, which was getting darker. You know, when you're in the city of Dubai, lighting is all over. And it kept getting darker as we went, darker as we went. And we were like, hey, where are these guys taking us? The girls,
now you felt like you're leaving Dubai.
They're taking us to nowhere, and and you've had stories about being in the Gulf, isn't it? So when we got to the accommodations, it was for a security group. And we looked at each other and we were like, with the two girls, because we were three girls, we were like, for a security group. We went, and it was unbelievable. It ended up to be a security job.
Which is not what you signed up for.
This
you
is
signed
not
up
what,
for customer service.
Exactly. So the first question comes in mind. What are you looking into, and what are you aiming at? It took me 2.5 years, and I worked on the security job.
So, but on D-Day, when you got there, and you quickly realized that my assignment is not customer service but security, did you call the agency back home? Just to clarify? You
know, when you get to a foreign country, the first few days you're out of communication, you don't have a SIM card, internet, you're not roaming on your Kenyan numbers or your local numbers and stuff like that. So what hits you? I think I was hit by shock for about 24 hours. Actually, what encouraged me, when we got there the following day, they took us to places which honestly were good. Where we were sleeping was really good. Then I saw one lady, a very pretty lady, very pretty. She was in her high heels, in her uniform, which was a black suit. And I asked her, are you working as a security? She said yes. Her makeup was on point, all right? And I asked her, you're working as a security? Yes. I asked myself, if she can do, why not me?
I can do it.
All right.
How was the pay?
We were getting roughly about 35 to 37,000 Kenya shillings.
Is that what they promised you when you were in Kenya?
No, that was not what they promised.
They promised more money?
Yes. Now the torture was, you cannot go back home. You've sold off everything.
You don't have your passport on you?
No passport.
No communication?
Nothing. And where do you start telling your parents you're doing? Don't forget, I have a Bachelor of Arts in Social Work and Customer Service. I had to keep my mouth shut for a whole 2 years
Nobody knew you're working as a watch.
My family never knew I'm working as a security guard.
Wow.
It's a disappointment to everyone, but I told myself, where am I headed to? So it was one of the toughest times. You guys have been complaining that it's so hot here. I used to work under 52 degrees.
And you still have to wear the full security
Black.
uniform. Right.
52 degrees in the sun. That time you're watching, no, the ladies who are beaching there, they should not take pictures in the beach. It's really something tough. You stand there the whole day. Basically, when you talk of tasks that are really harsh on the sun, all right, that is what basically all of us who are in like the security field normally used to go through those years. That was about 10 years back. I came home after the 2.5 years, and I sat my mom, who was in the crowd, and I told them, do you know what, Mommy? I've been a security guard for 2.5 years. No one believed. And I told them, I know I'm going greater heights. So
Where's Mommy? Where is she? Mom.
all right?
Okay. So when we come back, still more to come here on Real Talk. We'll be right back.